Dorn as a Starch's arch nemesis through Peter Turbo. Imagine being a demon Primarch, how embarrassing. Imagine not being a Primarch.
Keep them off guard.
I always liked how some Primarchs are hit with like the yes, you're a gigantic red Cyclops guy with like a massive horn, and then you just have guys like Dorn, like I'm a dude, or like Gilliman's just a guy. I mean, he's a Primarch guy, but he's just a guy, you know. For all intents and purposes, he is guy.
The Codex demands.
This is actually better than I thought it was. I did forget the Chaos has mostly, they do have the bonus damage taken from range on the moves and stuff.
The Emperor's grace must. No holding. Sanctified well done.
No little guys detected, it's true. I mean, all Primarchs are big guys, but they are all biggest guy. There's only one biggest guy, and that's Vulcan. I think it'd be nice. Sanguinius was the most Primarch to ever Primarch. Yeah, minus the gigantic, very, very obvious mutated wings. That was always a funny thing about Sanguinius, is like they just find this baby on Ball, and they're like, oh my god, it's a mutant, but like, it's a normal baby besides all like the obvious angelic wings. Should we kill him? No, I guess we'll let him stay. W choice for Ball that day.
The Codex demands.
Good Peter, I'm all out of ammunition. I'm not out of ideas. Idea number 1, throw the nade. Idea number 2, get ammo back and shoot gun. 5D chest. Very hard to figure out. Only a Primarch can do that. Or this is Astartes. We kid. It was actually easy.
Ammunition here.
Aren't Ferrus Manus and Magnus bigger than Vulcan? No. Not as far as I know. Pretty sure Vulcan's the largest Primarch besides the Emperor. I mean, they're definitely the largest of the Loyalists. I forget if Magnus might be bigger. It's a demon. Yeah, Vulcan is supposed to be the largest. That's why some of his successors, like the Salamanders, or there's like one successor chapter, the Storm Giants. Nobody knows who they are, who they're from, but they're also like ridiculously big and strong compared to other Astartes. So everyone's like, oh, these guys must be from Vulcan. That's the aura he commands.
Opposition has ended in death.
Ow. You're cool. He threw my gun off, that son of a bitch. Where's my shot? Why are my shots going that way? Alright. Turbo Peter's looking big these days. That's the demon juice buff, okay? I think it'd be nice if Heavy got Emperor's Vengeance instead of Tactical. I don't know if that'd be OP though. I mean, it'd be pretty nuts. You just have effectively infinite ammo, just like Tactical does. But Tactical also kind of needs that for some guns. Some guns suck ass in this game without ammo regen.
Keep them off guard.
I think ammo economy is something that they've flubbed a little bit on in Space Marine 2. Definitely do a better job.
Waste nothing, brothers.
You think Big E can change his size? Maybe not. I mean, maybe some psychic powers can do that. But the God Emperor you see is not what he actually looks like. What he projects himself as. He's just kind of. He probably looks like a decrepit old man. I'm pretty sure they said. Not decrepit, but like he looks like a. He's just a psyker. He's a really, really OP psyker. Kind of like Malcador. At least he was at one point. Now he's something else. Something more. Nice try, idiot. Wow, this guy just got shit on.
Ammunition here. The Imperium provides. Your heritage.
What happened to yesterday's stream? It streamed so quickly. Oh, I had to go fix my fucking car. But I got back on after. Having brake fluid leaks in my car. It's very tragic. I'm glad it didn't happen on the road, though.
Our brethren barricaded this entrance to
Help the bomb,
stall
it's not
any
bad.
attackers. Commune with the crane and engage it to remove the obstructions.
Now he's a Chaos God. He's not a Chaos God. Okay.
Sanctified maneuvers.
Here are the passage. I can do that. Where is the Helbrute? That's a real question. When will he reveal himself?
Heretic troops advancing. Wipe them out, brothers.
Traitorous scout.
Repair the crane. Quick. The crane requires you to perform rites of restoration. Seek out the crane's twin generators and locate their consoles. Then, awaken them in the correct sequence.
Why is the stream a tiny ass square? Because you clicked on the mobile stream. There's two. Some players don't like strategic stand plus heroic heavy bolt pistol. Oh no, heavy plasma incinerator. Heroic heavy plasma incinerator. I mean, I think it's the most entertaining. You just go pew pew. Oh, dude, look at that. You ever seen guys clump like that before? Maybe you have. But not for this reason. Yeah, that gun is fun. That heavy plasma incinerator definitely is. Maybe one day, you know, maybe in the progression rework, they'll actually make heavy fun. Just kidding, that was slander. That's far too early for a stream. What the fuck? What do you mean? I stream whatever I want.
Sanctified maneuvers.
Priority objective. Restore crane.
I have been known to go live 4 times in one day before. Right, there we go.
Eternal punishment awaits.
Hey, thought you were talking about too early for a stream. Don't you stay up all night? What is too early in the face of pew pew? Is it too early or is it too late? If you're up all night and you're streaming in the morning, are you streaming late or early? I don't know why it's going to do this to me now. On my way. Perish. I mean, I guess we could do the...
Pack a little more bite. This force twisted existence. The water forms and weakens all.
I'm pretty sure we're just about to run out of ammo here. Yeah. I don't want it, but... Yeah, maybe one day it'll add in better targeting. The sun is up, that means stream's time over. Sun equals sleepy time, of course, yes. That's definitely what that means. Zangors are so much more annoying than Hormigons. Dude, the enemies people complain about in this game, like, genuinely confuse me. Few. Like, people complain about Chaos Spawn as if Rubik Marines are like the most annoying shit on Earth. Okay. We'll go do the repair.
Priority objective. Restore crane.
Devours and suck your toes. Yeah, Devours are pretty toxic. I don't want that.
Keep them off guard.
Okay. Now, I know that Froggy and Sandman want to play again. We'll be doing that at some point. I was actually going to make a lore video with Sandman. That'd be fun. Fun shit. That guy's so knowledgeable, though. Actually shocking. He's read it all. Right, I'm just gonna go press the button this time.
Window of opportunity is closing. Crane restored.
No holding.
Pew.
An ambition. May you find no rest in darkness.
Current cleared. Press
I
on.
believe, is there a single ranged turret enemy that isn't annoying?
Vessel
I
search to lesser.
don't think snipers are that annoying. I mean, ranged enemies,
Your progress.
it's a fundamental flaw in the game that the ranged combat loop is just less engaging than the melee loop is, which is why people just don't like these guys in general. It's just it's one of those things. Now, I don't mind Chaos Spawn, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really care about them either. I mean, they can sunlock you sometimes, but I'd rather have that than get like shot by a million ranged enemies. Like when there are only Rubik Marines left on Chaos, you immediately realize what's going on. You're like, oh, it's just 15 billion range guys. That's very riveting. Do you think it'd be more fun if you could perfect dodge sniper shots or devourer volleys? Well, let's just think about the amount of volleys there are for devourers. Say you're stacking up 3, you would be forced into like 5 different gun strikes. And this game also forces you to take gun strikes when you don't want them all the time. That'd be pretty fucking annoying. I'm gonna be honest. I think like if the gun strike system worked properly, yes. I think having like a proper way to like pick which target you want to gun strike. But the issue is that, like, the way the game is set up now, with how many enemies are on the screen, the game's just not originally designed for this many enemies. And that's become more apparent over time, because if you go back to when the game first came out, the spawn rates were hilariously low and all the weapons were like 10 times weaker.
Continue with the mission. There are more pressing heresies that need our attention.
Yeah, they'd have to rework the volleys, they could work with sniper shots. Maybe they stopped sending like 5 of them at once. Yeah, snipers, zoanthropes. I mean, back in the day, you couldn't zoanthrope beam dodge at all for gun strikes. What kind of heavy build is this? It is the heavy build. GeForce RTX Ti Dash and Noder, thank you for the 10 FTG memberships. Thank you, brother. Very generous of you. That will fix my brake fluid, so I don't die.
Let us crush his helmet magazine.
Alright, we killed him too hard. I'm kind of hoping we don't get a, yeah, we killed him. The placement was too good. We actually killed him harder than we expected and wanted. Now, if only this gun didn't run out of ammo entirely, if it didn't go, like, absolute degenerate amounts of, like, fat piggy ammo stocks. You stupid bitch.
Sanctified believers.
Alright, thing. I'm a scared of people need me. My kids are hungry. How dare you have to feed your children? Alright, there's no ammo down here, though. That's one way to clear them out, huh? But was that not satisfying, chat? Is hitting one button and just walking them all down not entertaining? I think it's quite entertaining.
The Codex demands it.
Hey, bro, I love your videos. Try out all the builds. They're always super fun. I can help, man. I'm glad you enjoy them. Ah, yes, ammo. That thing we need to shoot gun. Is this a heroic or relic? This is a heroic one. Relic would mean, like, considering we haven't shot a charge shot yet, this is the heroic one. This time it actually does feel like we're late, though. Alright, that's gonna be helpful. Here he comes. Ah, yes. Oh, wait. If you spam your, oh, that's actually kind of rude. If you spam your back dodge, like you use spam space, you can almost always get a perfect dodge off of that. Like that. Like, out of a... The back dodge is, like, ever so slightly faster than, like, your normal dodges. You just spam it. I shouldn't say that. Comfortable. Should be ammo. One of these should be. Wow, how am I gonna get out of this? Okay, I have to perfect dodge it? Or not? I mean, phase tanking is like always an option. Oh, that was not the opposite use of that. That sucks.
May I be
Stop Stormbolter EV. Yeah, unless your Death Watch. That was awesome. And very for the Emperor. It's just a downside strategic stand. You had Fortitude there, we wouldn't even get fucking hit by that. That wouldn't have been enough to bop us, but that's okay. Storm Vultures are like some of the highest DPS weapons in the entire game. Quite funny how much damage they actually do to you. It's a good thing Helbrute doesn't give a fuck. It kills friendlies, it's true. When I see 3 guys roll up at a distance, if you're playing like tactical and you see 3 Stormbolter Terminators roll up, they'll fire their guns, dude. On hard strats, you're just like, oh god. This might just be it. My issue with Zangor is just I find them a lot harder to parry with block weapons compared to Hormigons. They swing very fast, I always mess up the timing. I mean, I think they swing at the exact same speed. Usually they jump at you. Oh, dude. I perish. Do you feel like the brightness of certain maps, those places, can be a bit hard to see certain attacks? Nah, I don't really think I've ever had an issue with the brightness in this game. I don't think I've ever felt that to be an issue in Space Marine 2.
The Emperor's grace smites.
Do we know what the Helbrute is actually saying? I mean, I'm pretty sure he has subtitles somewhere. Helbrutes actually have a tragic life. They kind of just got duped into being in that suit. They're not there by choice. I mean, either it's like a normal Dreadnought, but like they're like forcibly put into it when they were like totally fine before. At least the Imperium puts you in a Dreadnought suit when you're like horrifically damaged. They just toss you in that shit on Chaos. Or is this a heroic plasma? It certainly is. It certainly is heroic plasma. Alright, we have one more boss fight here. This might actually bop us. It's an unfortunate way. It's even melted bomb. It's to be a little bit more strategic with this one.
Talassa is not there to provide you with protection. They are there to prepare that.
Jesse, what's your opinion on bolt weapons as they are currently? They're pretty good. I mean, it depends on which bolt weapon because they're not all made equally, but like overall, I think bolt weapons are in a pretty good spot. They obviously perform the best on tactical if you're like looking at the options on their own, but even on Tech Marine, they're still pretty good. He has a lot of things to make up for the downsides. I don't think like any class for like weapons in like a truly god-awful spot. Auto bolt rifle is probably the worst one still.
Safety protocols prevent it from moving without an attendant. Lead it along the tracks to the junction station.
I'm gonna call it Mobius. Ask him if he wants to play. I don't even know if he's available today. 'Cause he was watching Invincible.
Traitorous scoundrel. Let us crush his helmet.
Instruction identified. There are several consoles for managing the tracks nearby. You must perform the appropriate rites of alignment to achieve the desired geometry. Assuming they possess the ability to extrapolate accordingly.
Okay. This isn't actually the worst spot to fight one of these guys.
This plan of theirs, I have my doubts.
Mainly because you can kind of loop them. But we actually have to play like a bitch here because we are not super tanky. That's a double source for a spawn though. That does kind of suck. If we had Fortitude, I'd feel a lot less annoyed. But Okay, it's actually perfect. Please don't shoot a gun at me.
Melt upon its lips.
That was the best we could hope for there. It's all Zangors? No, not Zangors, anything but fucking Zangors.
The Codex demands.
I was not panic, dude. What were you talking about? Whoever said it was panic. Osborne, remove that panic from the archives. I want that shit gone like Camino by sundown.
Just reward the treachery. Arrogance and ambition.
An excellent reference, yeah. Dude, we know Vol, we know Vol. You know, the original name of this channel was the Jedi Archives because it was supposed to be a Star Wars lore channel. Way back when. Actually, was that this one or the other one? I don't remember. One of them was supposed to be the Jedi Archives.
Well done, brothers.
Zangors being the hardest chaos enemy is wild. I don't think they're the hardest, they're an enemy. Rip that timeline. I have never seen or heard FCG panicking. They never will. You damn right you haven't.
No holding back now.
And if it did happen, it would definitely wouldn't be on Fall of Atreus on April 12th, 2026.
One of us must maintain a secure perimeter.
Chapter Master, whisper the secret of success. When you figure it out, let me know. Peak train gameplay. It's like a, you know, it's an Unreal shooter. Pizza disc fuckers in this game are annoying. I'll tell you that much. I'd say there are a lot of things in this game that are like, alright, how does the Majoris decide to stack its attack today? Because, you know, I'd rather fight 100 Chaos Spawn that are brain rotted than like 2 Zangors that are locked in and just like spin up their weapons at like the perfect time with like a melee Terminator. I would have watched Star Wars Lore 2 for FTG as well at one point, not anymore. Yeah, there's nothing to talk about in Star Wars lore anymore. Like, unless you're Corey or Eckhart's Ladder, or like, I mean, I guess if you like Star Wars theory, and you're already hyper-established, there's no point. Like a dead fandom. Well, it's not a dead fandom, but like, nothing is coming out for Star Wars that anyone's particularly interested in outside of like absolute diehard fans. Give us the Glup Shido story, FTG. You're watching the Glup Shido story right now. Every FTG streams another Glup Shido.
And this spawn's twisted existence. We have done well putting down
What up, G? It's my first time I've had to pop in a stream since I subbed to your channel, bro. Love your build videos, man. Glad I could help out, man. KJ. Ow. I was spamming the button. You son of a bitch. Wow, we actually just rocked those guys. Gotta be a little respectful here of the damage because we only have conviction on this one. Conviction is really strong, but
we are almost there. What is your status? Reactor charging. Minutes away from ignition. Hold for our signal.
Terminate that perversion.
Transmitting targeting signal now. Interviews boosted. When we have it.
Your data is clouded, Lieutenant. Maintain close proximity to target.
Did you hear that Dave Filoni's taking over as the head of Star Wars, dude? I don't want Dave Filoni to be the head of Star Wars, I'm gonna be honest. Head of Lucasfilm. I don't think Dave Filoni's that good. Is that a hot take, chat? I mean, he's better than what we had before, I guess.
The answer is primed for ignition. The vessel is ready.
Am I playing my trains again? Always have been. When is next update? Like May. Don't expect a new update for the game until like May at the earliest.
Lock target now.
Routing signal data through telemetry systems. Numerous errors detected due to signal interference.
Not hot in your opinion, yeah. I mean, after the Ahsoka show, it's pretty bad. That's not a hot take at all. FCG, Dave Filoni's too much of a fanboy to write direct Star Wars. Well, that's how I feel.
An instrument of the machine gods.
He also kind of makes like his own little mini universe inside of Star Wars. It's like, look, it's all my OC characters, guys, or my OCs, my original characters. The first season of Mandalorian's good. I like Mandalorian. Great soundtrack too. Ram and Djwadi hit it out of the park with that one.